Hello and welcome to this video playing Bones. This is Grandmaster Frank Holzke from Germany. He's playing quite a lot recently. The third game in a relatively short time span. I'm a bit surprised about his opening. That's not what he usually does. Okay, so the normal way of playing this is to push d5 early. I think I will do that here. Even though it's not a completely standard type of position with this early c6 plate, but still it looks right. Grab space and later try to make use of the open e file. The question is, how do I play from here? Yeah, maybe I directly go for this in bishop f3. I'm not entirely sure what the most precise move order is. Bishop belongs on e3, of course, and then bishop to f3. Taking with the knight is not completely out of the picture. It's an interesting way to play. Maybe try that. Just trying to use that diagonal here as to make it an open diagonal, not have a pawn on d5. The only thing that is looking a bit wrong is it takes quite a bit of time and could be a bit slow. Yeah, possible knight a5 is worrying me. Yeah, let's centralize. So that knight e7 is possible, so no knight a5. My development is lacking here, it really is. Yeah, I could take with the queen. Yeah, but I don't see a big point there. Yeah, I don't know. That taking with the knight was very time consuming. So maybe this is the drawback of my approach. Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, I have to do something like that, something active. Okay, if I take a7, there is possibly b6, but I can take b7 there. It doesn't look great, but it is not a good position anyway. So what now? Bishop to a6 maybe? No, I'd rather go here. If he takes e3 with the knight, at least it trades down to opposite colored bishops. Which isn't... Yeah, it's still not great, but what can you do? I simply misplayed that. Okay, so I can take a7 here, or what is the deal? He's got rook d2 in that case. Yeah, maybe, and still rook d2. Okay, come on. It's bad anyway. Maybe this is at least a bit confusing. The rook doesn't have many squares, yeah. it still has enough. Pretty bad game on my end. I can just take a2 here. That also wins, yeah, no doubt. But I thought he'd just take a2. Okay. What the heck? Yeah, that idea of taking on d5 with a piece was just bad. Yeah, with hindsight. I'm just too far behind in development. Yeah, just play normal stuff. C takes d5, white is slightly better as usual in this position. That's actually a very comfortable line for white. So there's no need to be creative, I just wanted to try something else. Hoping for queen h3, but it's a very vague hope. Well, it might happen still. Can always hope. Yeah, bishop d2 wasn't a very successful idea. Okay, so queen h3 has got rook h8, I guess.
Time warning. Check.
Yeah, at least I've got this check here, which in itself isn't great, but has queen a6 check, unfortunately. Why couldn't he just win like easily and not give me hope? I mean, okay, it's probably still totally lost, but it felt it could have been easier. F3 looks terrible, but anyway. Yeah, rook h2 is a simple win now. Okay, that was an absolutely atrocious game. Yeah, it was a bad idea to take with the knight, I guess. After this, we get a standard position that is slightly better for white. It's coming from various move orders of that d6 bishop g4 complex. White is playing this bishop e3, queen b3, and you enjoyed the bishop pair. I was just thinking that this could be interesting, trying to get the bishop open there, but on f3, but it just takes far too long. This is probably, I don't know, maybe I can still take with a pawn, even though that this is a less attractive version, of course. Yeah, here I'm just in bad shape. Yeah, my development is too bad. It's just too bad. And here I'm just losing here. It wasn't the toughest way to defend, but yeah, well, I mean, it was always winning for him. I was just wondering if it could have been done quicker, but there's nothing that I can do here. Yeah, okay. The moral of the story is don't be too creative. If you know a simple way forward that is good, yeah. Yeah, just this next time. And I'm certainly okay. Yeah, the reason why this is a bit better for white is that we get this in, like bishop here, rook e1. E7 is always a little bit sensitive, and bishop on e3 is putting pressure on the queen side. Black has very little active that he can do. He's got a position that is quite compact. He doesn't have has not exposed himself with big weaknesses or so, but he has absolutely no big chances of getting anything active going. So this is rather comfortable for me. Okay, well, thanks for watching.